Welcome. In this example, we will highlight ETF managers. Now, what is ETF? It's an exchange traded fund. You have mutual funds and you have ETFs, okay? So ETF manager basically means that these are the largest institutions that trades and that owns ETF on behalf of customers. They're not individuals, they're entities. And they're not the one that create the ETF. They're not an ETF creator. They manage funds for clients in ETFs. So these are the world's largest. So Betterment, of course, is a robo-advisor. And a robo-advisor, of course, you hear the term robo/advisor. It's an automatic wealth management platform that trades on behalf of users, okay? Wealthfront, of course, is another one, and Zacks, etc., etc. So what can you do here? If you strictly want ETF, let's say in commodity, in bond, government bonds, in different parts of the world, and you don't want stocks directly, you could choose ETFs. So in this example, I'm going to select Betterment. Here, as you could see, we have Betterment, and their sector exposure is strictly in technology. Now, let's dig deeper. Who is Betterment? Betterment is a financial advisory company that provides robo-advisor and cash management services. And not only that, they're a member of the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, and the company main service is automated goal-based investing, where you fill out some questions and the technology, of course, will do the trading on your behalf. So you have to be a US citizen in order to participate in Betterment. Now, as you could see, you have Vanguard Index Funds, Vanguard Tax Managed International Fund, Vanguard International Equity Index Fund, 5.6 billion, 3.7 bill, 2.5 bill US. So we're going to first take a look at these three index. Again, you click on the logo, and then of course it will break down. Once it's an ETF, you won't see any DCF value. However, if you go to profile, it will break down this ETF, okay? This investment seeks to track the performance benchmark, the return overall stock market, all right? In large cap stocks regularly traded on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. So if you want direct exposure to the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, this is something to look at. That's one. Let's look on the other one. Vanguard Tax Managed International Fund. See what this does. And then it gives you the symbol VEA. Let's click. The investment seeks to track the performance of the FTSE developed all. So the FTSE is of course in the UK. Okay. The funds employ an index investment approach designed to track the performance of the FTSE market, etc. 3,873 common stocks. All right, located in Canada, major markets of Europe and the Pacific region. So this fund gives you different exposure compared to the other one. So if you don't want to go into the individual stocks themselves, this is another exchange traded fund. Let's look at international equity and see profile in emerging markets, okay? Emerging market countries. So you're still in equity exposure. But I have one in particular I want to show you. And this one, of course, gives you different exposure, iShares TR. So if I click iShares TR and go to profile, for those of you who would like to have like bonds in your portfolio, you could see here the investment track, the investment results of Bloomberg Barclays US Aggregated Bond Index. Okay, so you have direct exposure to the bond market without owning the actual bond. All right. So if you like this, of course, they bought it at 118. It's at 114, of course, so that's a good price from where they bought at. And then you click at the logo to see on a chart how it has performed over a 5-year period based on the chart pricing. So yes, from March it was at July, it was at 2020 119. It's now at 114, so that's a good price. But on a 5-year basis, of course, came from $100, then it came down to, of course, 104, and then from right here, from around October 2018, it went all the way up to 119, then it come back down to 114. So 118, 114, that's the price in there. But you know, bond is a long-term hold, so of course it depends on your horizon, and of course once you've done that, you have some level of understanding why you will want to buy this in the first place. They have 488 million inside here, and you might see some of the stocks here logos not showing on the profile. However, once you click it and then you go to profile, you will see the logo display here. So that's just a slight challenge on our side. But again, if you click the logo, even though the logo is not showing, you go to profile, you will still see the logo right here. And again, this is another one that tracks large cap excluding the US and the Canada, all right, in Europe, Australia, and Far East. So these are quite interesting information here, and you could participate in different territories using the Billionaires Advisor. And of course, even though you don't have any knowledge whatsoever, you use the Billionaires Advisor as your guide, and this is how we explain to you how to trade ETFs on the Billionaires Advisor platform.